Hello. I think you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Your return.
I cannot hear you. Hang on. I have my headphones in, but it's not
Yeah, you
coming
should plug your
out
headphones
from
in
the
so we can hear you.
headphones. Oh, it's connected to my other one. Hang on, hang on. I can't hear you, but I can hear me. Okay.
You're back,
Yeah,
and
my
the
phone died.
chat has spoken. Yeah, I can tell. The
Yeah.
chat wants to know more about you instead of your legal proceedings. So we thought we
Okay.
could continue on with that instead talk about your legal proceedings. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We have some questions.
Sure. I
May
mean,
answer.
I wanted to go off with the first question. So I did ask you this earlier, but we were talking about your legal proceedings. But now, since we're transitioning into different topics, at what age did you discover this interest that you have with dragons?
I would say maybe possibly about high school.
And what drew you to that?
Well, I mean, I've kind of always preferred thicker, just in general, and I think dragons are kind of a nice representation of that. You know what I mean? Like they're squishy.
Like, what kind of thick is good for you? Like Chantel thick, Amber Lynn thick? Like, what kind of levels of thick? Like Meg the Stallion thick? Like, what are you referring to here, pal?
I mean, they're both cute. Like I would not be averse to that. I think that that's a nice.
Do you
Um,
think Chantel's cute?
yes. Do you not think that?
Chantel? No, I've seen Chantel Olive Marine, and I've seen some of the things she's gotten herself into. She poops herself, sir.
Well, that's unfortunate, but I mean, she's still cute. But I mean, she is taken, and then Amberlynn is a lesbian, so that's kind of, I guess.
Chantel isn't taken, so what are you referring to?
Well, she is. I mean, she straight up said the other day to me that she's still with Sala. So
Did,
You
did you
believe
hear?
that?
Did you hear? Hold on. Did you hear about the news that she's currently in Canada fighting current charges in Kuwait?
well, I mean, there's also there's like a lot going on. Like there's also her dealing with a Canadian cat rescue, and then she's also like transitioning homes, and then beyond that, like there was a whole bunch. First off, that thread is fucking stupid. I think it has some of the dumbest posters on the site. Like they were trying to fluff up some random Slovakian woman into being her. Like even after it was already clarified, they were still like trying to force that. So I'm not really inclined to take
To
any
clarify, which thread? Which thread are you
her
referring to?
her thread, Chantel's.
Chantel's?
Yeah, yeah, like that.
I
Like
happen
that
to really
thread.
like all the Chantel.
That
No,
thread
that
has
thread is
like some
actually
of
really
the
quality.
worst accuracy on all the site. Like I'm not inclined to take anything there at face value.
The same way we're not inclined to take anything you say at face value.
Well, I
Essentially.
mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that this whole thing was plagued with technical issues on my part. But by the way, nothing I said was a lie. So, I mean,
I hope so. Hey,
yeah,
the truth always comes out, bro.
I mean, I never hit my mother and I love my mother. So I hope it fucking comes out because to go back to the entanglement, it's just been a whole ordeal. That's all.
Why do you? Okay, you've been saying the word entanglement. Are you like Jada Pinkett Smith? Like, did you have an entanglement with August? Like, why do you keep saying entanglement?
I mean, strictly speaking, the word entanglement is accurate. It's an ordeal. Would you
It
prefer
is.
I say that?
Yeah, that's better because when I hear the word
That's
entanglement, I
better.
just
I'm
think
not gonna. Listen, buddy. I'm not
I
gonna
actually
fucking listen to you as
ordeal is
far as
better
what
though.
words I need to use. Okay, I'll use whatever I want.
I mean, you're the one with the entanglement with August. I mean, I'm not the one crying over here, pal.
No, I know. You're just trying to make it seem like I threatened that I was on methamphetamine and attacking my mother with a knife or something. I don't know. Maybe you can clarify.
You said these things and I just asked questions and you get defensive. You're the one who said
Listen,
you really doesn't
listen.
sleep all day.
I
You're the
make no
one who says it
mistake.
goes
Make
on
no mistake.
12
Hang
hour
on. Let me
bike
dial it
rides.
back. Hang on. Let me.
Okay,
Pre,
I'll
let
dial
me
back. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to
Go
say,
ahead.
make no mistake, I am thankful for the opportunity for me to give my side of things here. And if the public perception is that I'm some sort of steroid abusing, meth using woman beater, that's just not the case. Like you're going to be very disappointed to find out what my character is all.
I your people consider your character to be more or less an anime sucks cope and feeding dragon lover. I don't ever anyone
No, I
hear you
know
say anything
it's
bad.
relatively innocent. That's why this whole thing has been a fucking nightmare because now it's intertwined with like woman abuse and drug abuse and like that. That's just that's not it's not factually accurate.
Dave has something to say. He has his hand raised. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
Apologize. But
good.
go
I
ahead,
won't, I
Jason.
won't need to speak.
Yeah, I mean,
What year did you first start making them dragon pictures?
so I had ideas for art way back in like 2018, but the problem is because I was working and then also in school, I just had no time to actually improve that. And then when Being AI came out, that just let me throw everything at the wall just to like kind of see what the fuck this technology was, what's possible, and then like, just rough drafts from that. So 2023 with like some wants to draw in 2018.
Um,
And what made you want to send that to people? Like on
I mean,
screen?
it was I thought it was number one. It's like relatively wholesome, comparatively speaking, to what Josh covers. So like, it's
Oh, hey, I don't know about that. Man.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know if that
co-sign.
you
I don't
consider that whole.
co-sign that. That's too far. You think wholesomeness is farting dragons with poopy green smoke behind it? Are you crazy?
yes, because I remember the main thing occurring in 2023 was the America First shit coming out, which was more or less Ali Alexander being a groomer. So like, yeah, it was pretty damn lighthearted, and I mean, it was
So,
to me pretty
in
fucking
order to
funny.
combat one pervert, you create more perverted stuff. So that's brilliant, actually. Be a pervert to destroy perverts. Brilliant. I could never.
Well, hold on. I mean, if we're talking about like, yeah, so a woman farting, yeah, oh my god, it's the worst thing in the world. But I mean, there's a
Women
lot.
don't fart though. That's an
Oh,
actual fact. Women don't fart.
I got
I
some news
think
for you,
all the
buddy.
guys in here,
You're gonna
because
get a
all these
little
guys
felted
will.
on that hypothesis there, buddy.
Okay. I don't know what kind of women you deal with now, but okay.
I just want to I
Real
want to get
women.
here since I just want to ask since you mentioned about you not being a big fan of the Chantel thread, what made you contact Yats, and do you think that he is somebody that could help you with the dragon farting or?
No. Okay, so like first off, I was in school, and like before I even had the ASCAS account, I was taking school pretty damn seriously, just following the stuff on the site alongside. And he's smart, he's literally a math major. So when I was dealing with like the kind of nutty stuff, as far as like I don't know where your guys' skill level with mathematics is, and I'm not trying to make any assumptions, but the stuff that I was dealing with was pretty nightmarish. It was quasi-concavity, quasi-convexity. It's just a whole lot of it's basically business calculus stuff, but it was pretty I don't want to say deep,
What
but
grade
it
did you
was
get?
in fact. Huh?
What grade did you get in calculus? I'm curious.
Oh, I actually did pretty well. I got a B plus. I mean, it's a B
Oh,
plus, but
tiny.
like, yeah, I mean, I busted my ass, and honestly, Yats helped me a ton. That's why it really sucked. Where, like, I mean, I
Yeah,
get
Yance is
what.
a cool guy,
Yeah,
but you
he's
tend to
yeah, I love him.
harass him with like all your stock accounts. You have like 12 of them, and you tend to DM them often.
I mean, he is an amazing tutor. To be clear, like I am extremely grateful for the help that he offered me. But I mean, if like, don't think I'm obtuse as to why he's averse to me. Like, basically, he was kind of smack in the middle of things going down when I had that thing with my ex last August, which he did actually even help me with that, but that was like the last he was
For the
giving me
people
any
who have virgin ears, can you explain those details, if you may, or not?
as far. No, I mean I can. You're talking about that girl?
Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
I don't
no,
know any of
yeah.
the
Actually,
story. Please continue.
uh, I mean, yeah, I might as well because there's some speculation as to whether I was lying about that child that was coming. That was legitimate, but prior to that, we met. We hit it off really well. She was funny, and she was pretty smart, but she just her personality was not consistent, and I recognized that. So I,
Was
told
she not
her like.
fat? Did you want her to be a little thicker? Is that the problem?
Well, no, she was like, don't worry, she ticked my boxes.
She took your
But
boxes?
like,
What does that mean? Like she carried them up the stairs? Like your Amazon packages? What are you talking about?
you've never heard that? She ticked the boxes? Like,
Oh,
no,
she ticked the boxes.
she was
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
she was.
misheard that.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was beautiful. And it was the personality that was the issue, and I
Well,
just
she
had to leave
bipolar?
just because, like, I just said that. Yeah.
Really?
I don't want to reveal too much about her, but her personality wasn't consistent, really, and it was just not a good idea to continue. So I left, and then
What if
I forgot.
tying this all back to your
Huh?
mother? Because you tend to blame people for your problems.
That.
So what could it have been you that been the problem in the relationship? Because it seems like it could have been.
I mean, if we're talking about like there being a miscommunication issue, I don't think I was the issue there with regard to that ex. And then the whole situation with my mother is just unfortunate. That's its own thing.
It seems like you have problems with women.
No, not particularly. I consider myself a pretty good communicator, so I don't worry there. It just sucked that basically she wouldn't listen. I just had to leave, and she had her own assumptions. It wasn't a good idea to pursue it. I forgot how we started talking again, but she informed me that she was in fact pregnant, and I told her, okay, well that changes things. I see it reasonable to actually step up, actually enlist, and go that route, because that actually would have been pretty good decision wise. But again, she just would not be a consistent person. And ultimately, we concluded that, unfortunately, the best option was, in fact, to terminate the pregnancy. So I paid for that. And then that's when we
So you
stopped
did an Andy
communicating,
Worski.
unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I've never
Hey,
live streamed CP on February 28th, 2019. So there's also that.
Hey,
I mean,
Ian, I guess I wanted to ask this because I remember you being asked about this on the forum. But you said that you were going to be a dad, you did have a kid, and then when you were
No, I did not have a kid that I was going to be a father. But like I just said, that pregnancy was terminated in August.
okay. I guess to follow up on that, why did you create a thread on yourself in Prospering Grounds?
Oh, I mean, that's easy to answer. So I forgot when I created it, but back in February 2023, when I sent the first super chat, it was there that I actually did have some pretty good plans, actually, as far as doing bumper stickers that were furry oriented. So when I kind of did my thing with like the dragon thing, I was thinking like, oh, because I had my major thing going on, I was thinking like, you know what, like this is kind of silly. It's not long term, like it's not really something I can retire or make a career off of. So I was thinking, I'm going to kill the character in the crib. So let me go ahead and, give the forum some fun, make my thread, see if they can find me. And then I was kind of like, it
one
was
follow-up
just really like
question.
a sort of personal character assassination. Sure.
You have like 7 sock accounts. So how would one account be like the whole idea of what you're doing? Like that's your magnum opus when you just continue to make accounts. Like I don't understand.
Well, no, I mean that. To be clear, that stopped when Josh intervened, and he said, and
Aren't
he
you Cyrex?
basically.
Something on like isn't your new
Well, I'm
sock account
banned.
that?
Well, no, that's banned. That's the most recent one. That one's banned. That one's gone.
No, I can see. I think it was. I just saw it like an hour or two ago. I'm pretty sure it's still up.
No. That's banned.
Okay, so Dave has a question, so I'm gonna let Dave have the floor.
So you got your thread now. Are you happy with it? I mean, you're still trying to get work. When people look at your name, they're going
Well,
to see that.
yeah, I can.
Did you think
Yeah, I
about
can give
that
some
before you
details
made it?
on that. So I reached out to Osama bin Laden, actually thinking he was Bargain bin Laden. I got those two confused, and I actually didn't know Bargain bin Laden got banned early 2024. So I didn't realize like who I roped into my mess. But like he's a consistent poster, and like his posting is decent. As far as accuracy, like to be forthright, like that informed me that his accuracy is not the best, for better or for worse. It's just not. Um, so I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm more unhappy with the girl world stuff because though, like, first to be clear, it's a big site, so like one part of the forum is not the same as another part. So
But
the
the
grift
beauty
war stuff,
parlor isn't for you technically. I like the beauty parlor, but
no,
I'm not a
no,
star.
correct, but they caught interest in me because of Chantel, and like you rightfully stated, the girl world people are insane, and I had to
They
deal with
Some are not. I would say more of the Twitter space of the girl world because Kiwi Farms
Do
they don't
you
touch
like
Santana.
do you like the attention?
Go ahead, Dave.
well, yeah, go ahead.
Do you like the attention?
I mean, I don't really. You would be surprised how little I think about it. It's only really when, yeah, you are correct, Judas, that it is more on Twitter where it's more bothersome. I just assume that the Twitter posters also have Kiwi Farms accounts. I mean, Mike Alberto said it best in 2022. Everyone uses Kiwi Farms, so like
Yeah, don't
maybe.
lump the weirdos from Twitter with the Kiwi girls because the Kiwi women are base. The Twitter weirdos aren't. So you're comparing apples
Well,
to
I like.
oranges.
Well, we agree. Well, we agree there. I like Little Drip actually. Like she's cool.
Yeah, good question. Actually, that's a good follow-up. Why? Why? You follow her on all your
What?
sock accounts. Why do you like Little Drip? Like, why?
She's funny as fuck, and she's absolutely based on the anime question. Like easy.
But you're an anime fan. You literally, your Abby's a donkey
No,
avatar.
I'm. That's not. Come on, dude. That's not anime.
How?
Can I ask how do you feel about Osama bin Laden and his thread post you writing it?
He made it about himself, and I understand why. It's because I kind of like led him into making my thread. So like obviously he feels somewhat used there, but I mean his posting's out of my control, and like he's pretty good as far as like a bulk writer. I would say that there's just, for better or for worse, there's a lot of inaccuracies in my thread, but I mean as you said, Judas, the truth always comes out. So as it does come out, like I'm not necessarily inclined to care. My frustrations primarily aren't with my thread at all, to be clear. It's the Chancel thread where like they always misrepresent. Always. For instance, they got some random post off E6AI saying that I made it, which wasn't true. Just recently, they said I was convicted for beating my mother, which wasn't true. And then
But
you're right.
you're
Most of the
alleged.
frustrations are from Twitter.
You're alleged.
Well,
So
yeah,
anyway,
that's why I'm fighting all of this.
okay.
No, they
Apparently,
didn't
has a
say
question
no,
for
no,
you.
no. Hold on. They didn't say
Okay, go
alleged.
ahead.
They said convicted. They said convicted.
Okay, but you're still alleged. That's all I'm saying. Paranoid has a question for you, so I'm gonna let Paranoid have the floor.
Difference without a distinction, but okay.
Okay. Well, regardless of what's alleged, the entire thing of I just have a question. I know very little, but you know, I galoomph around the site here and there. For I guess my question is since I've seen infamously some of the art that you've made, how like I just want to understand like what is your general disdain for anime, but you're able to understand furries and fart porn by comparison? Like
Easy.
I
Easy.
guess
Oh, easy. Yeah, no, I get what you're asking. That's really fucking easy, and I actually addressed it in the thread, where I pretty much defend like how with. So first of all, like you take the so all right. First of all, like anime comes from Japan, and like there's a certain type of um, narrative that they're always like selling. Like it's always like it's fucking uncomfortable.
It's
I can't get
sexual.
into it. Like,
It's overtly sexual.
huh?
It's
Well,
like
I mean, there is a lot of sexualization of minors.
like
I am
yours.
not fucking okay
yeah, I'll
with
give you
that.
that.
Well, not with the
Huh?
minors, but you're sexualized animals, so you're at the same vein, if you ask me.
You know what? I'm sorry. I those dragons out there in the wild. I shouldn't sexualize them. My bad.
I mean, you're a donkey, so are you a big fan of Shrek? Actually, are you the donkey from Shrek change your life? Did you're like, I want to be Eddie Murphy when I grow up?
Well, dragon is hot. Like, what do you want from me?
The dragon from Shrek is hot. What?
That floors me. But I guess
Did you? I'm sorry. When did you watch that movie growing up and you looked up at Dragon? You're like, "Fuck, that should be me."
No, that wasn't until later. But like,
Okay,
growing up watching it, it was just like, oh, this is a funny ass story. I like the music, and like, hey, they go into a castle, they go out. guy gets the girl, and then Shrek 2 comes out, and it's just like it's a good series. Like it holds
Hey,
up.
now you're a rock
Um,
star. Get your game on. Go play. Is that what you're saying? You're an all-star. Get your game on. I guess.
Well,
Actually,
I
sorry. Continue. Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. And as far as if I'm a rock star, like you'd be surprised how low self-esteem I have. But I mean, prior
You
to this
post you
entanglement,
post your body on Kiwi Farms. You can't be that embarrassed. Let's just put it that way. If I was embarrassed,
well,
like
I
you're
mean,
saying, I wouldn't have done that.
I am pleased with how my anime suck scope and Sneed account looks. Like I think like that was very satisfying to get because like I wasn't trying to like dab on the Karen Farms. Like to be clear, like that's a site that it's a good site. I think that they during the Biden era, like they definitely did their thing, and I'm thankful
What's
for
your
that.
opinion on
And
Noel? Actually, since we're talking about the Karen Farms, what is your
he's great.
opinion on
Oh,
Noel?
he's great.
You don't
He's
mind that
great.
he's banned you,
I don't mind
or
that he's what? I mean, no, like
that
I fucking pissed. Huh?
it pissed you off that he banned you? That's what I'm just asking. Were you upset, or
I
did you
mean,
just let it go?
no, no, like I get it because he was very clear in the very beginning, in the very, very beginning when I made my account in like May 24th, 2024, I think. He said outright from the get-go, I'm wary of you joining because you're going to disrupt the site a lot. And I got what he meant by that because way back in like November 2023 on Mad at the Internet, he stated a forum cannot survive if its users are constantly attacking each other. So it was nice being on there, like posting. I was having a lot of fun, but like at the end of the day, I go into a chat, everyone starts adding me. Like I totally get it, so I
You
don't hold
draw
that
that
against
attention
me.
though, so not to be
Huh?
mean, you bring that attention
I'm
onto yourself.
perhaps, but I never actually like Mad at the Internet aside, I never actually like made a spectacle because he even agreed. Like in the
No,
beginning, initially, he said like if you want
no.
what.
Ian, I was
No,
there when
what?
you started coming into Gen Chat under the Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed user. You were
Well,
fucking
to be
insufferable.
clear, like
Everyone hated you.
oh, all right, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But to be clear, like there's a lot of things that I was having fun on there, but like as more and more restrictions were put onto my account because Noel made it clear that he just wants to keep the peace. That's when I kind of realized, like, I'm not saying I walked away because of course that's not what happened, but like I definitely caught on to the fact that you know what, for better or for worse, if I pop in anywhere, like people are gonna turn their sights on me, and that kind of sucked. But what can you do? And do I hold that against Noel? No, he's got way bigger stuff to worry about. I mean,
Ian,
Okay.
yeah.
can I ask you what made you join the farms in the first place? Like what brought you to make your first account on there?
Like we're talking about Sneed S. McSneedenson.
Whichever was the first account you created. I'm not too
That
familiar.
That would be Sneed S. McSneedenson because of the America First thing. I just found that whole ordeal very, very interesting, and it was very refreshing to be within to kind of be within a true crowd of like people who one archive stuff, and then two try and like really get to the bottom of the truth. And then it was pretty nice being there when Kino Casino did their outing of Nick Fuentes and then the follow up. That was good. Like that was really. It was nice to see the accuracy for a change because
Okay,
I
we
was
can see
yeah
that.
yeah.
Dave's been waiting very patiently with his hand up, so I'm gonna let
Yeah,
Dave
no,
take the
yeah.
floor.
I want them to ask their questions because I've seen them been talking. So
I wanted to ask, have you ever had any pet lizards or reptiles?
No,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, because if you
No
said
pet?
like I had a dragon, and the thought of you like trying to do sexual acts with them kind of makes me
no,
furious.
no. I mean, I'm pretty realistic as a person, so
I don't know.
I mean, you're not gonna believe
You
me, but don't worry there.
you attacked the linen closet, so it's kind of hard to take what you're saying up front at face value.
I mean, it's
Ian,
rot. Like we said, it's a furniture that's rotting, so it's gonna fall apart at some point.
Okay,
Ian, would you ever abuse an animal?
No.
Okay.
Paranoia had his hand up too,
Yeah,
so I'll
I
let him have
don't
the
like
floor.
I don't like
Okay.
I don't like the idea of abusing like women, children, or animals.
All right, well, that's
I don't like pit bulls though, but like I don't go out and like try to gut them. You know what I mean?
that's they're animals too. But what I would say is there's a couple people who had questions, and one of them is from Candlejack. She was asking, "Do you hate her?" And then the other, I actually thought was kind of pertinent is Parasoltic Pump asked, would you have had sexual intercourse with Null at any point in the last 2 years?
No, Candlejack. I don't know. The only
She's
real
base.
user that's I
Simple
I
as.
I think I know who she is. Like, wasn't she a Gen Chatter?
Yeah, she's a Gen Chatter. She's pretty frequent in there.
Yeah, like doesn't she have like a weird history? No, I wouldn't
Not
try
that I
to
know of.
like I don't hate her, but like I'm pretty sure I blocked her on my other account.
Why would
The
you
only
block her?
user that's really because she was fucking weird.
What?
You are telling people who are weird? That's kind of sussy vodka, my guy.
Yes, correct.
What?
Correct.
You just
What-
said you
what-
barely
who
knew
says
who she
that?
was, but you had enough of
what'd she
an
do?
idea of her to block her.
Well, yeah. I mean,
What's the
I
weird history, Ian?
no, like to be clear, like the only user that I really don't like is the one from the Chantel thread, which is a lot of love, just because like it's quite clear they don't give a fuck about accuracy. Like they said I lost my job, which is that's not true.
You just said
and
earlier
that's
in the
it.
first part that you have been round job to job to job to job for like the last 5 years. Is she lying there,
She no
or she's
no
misinformed?
no. She's speaking specifically with regard to the job that I got just this month. That I still have.
Okay, DB's Daviv has a question for you. I'm gonna let him have the floor.
Speaking of jobs, what's the longest you've ever hold one down?
Well, I would say like a little over a year, but I've never really been like. Bear in mind, I was in school ever since 2016, so like no job I've had did I ever see like as a lucrative career, just because I was always going to school for business. So like, I would just say that I treated each job as a place to get skills, learn a thing or two, and then move on. Because I mean, I was in a bunch of different industries. I was in retail. I was in fast food. I was in logistics back end. I was in logistics front end as
How
far as
long
that
though?
post office.
As Dave said, how long
I
was
just
the longest you held down? Like, because
I
you're
just
just
said a
kind of talking
little over a
circles.
year.
A little over a
I
year.
just
Most
said a
people
little.
hold down jobs for more than like 3 or 4. Most people get trapped in a job, but you can't hold down more
Right.
than 6 months.
You could phrase it like that, but none of the jobs that I ever had did I ever think and go, I want to do this for the rest of my life, just because they were
No
all pretty
one,
labor
all
intensive.
jobs are like that, dude. I work at Costco, blood, and you think I want to push cards, blood? Like, you just work to work. Like, what are you talking about?
All right, so
I am not averse to working any type of job, but let's bear in mind I was in school at the time, so I was thinking, okay, it's a bit of a means to an end. I was sought out for certain management positions at the retail and then also that fast food place. But like, even if I got that at the time, I would say that I was a little less grounded than I am now. And like, I would have gotten made manager maybe, and then I would have still been in schools. And certain things can arise with the employer, just kind of wondering where your loyalties lie. And I've always just been opting for school, for better or for worse. So I was
Where does your
pursuing that
loyalty
path.
lie? Because you talk about being
School.
educated. School. What do you
School.
besides business? So, well, what is your financial goals to be? Like, you want to own a house, you want to own a business, you want to own a
what's your
bunch of
major?
computer lab.
Probably open a bank, to be honest. But I mean, you need like some couple million for that. So like that's a little down the
Man, let's
road.
be
But I
realistic.
mean,
That's why I'm saying, if you had the opportunity
well, I
now
mean,
with your education, what would you do?
probably go somewhere into finance and just try and enter the finance, I would
Do
say.
you
But
have a
like,
stock portfolio by any chance?
not at the moment, no.
You should start one if you have a business degree. I'm just saying because I have one and I'm fucking retarded. And you majored in
Okay,
business.
well, all right, that's nice. But well, I majored in economics. But for basically, what I'm saying is that like, don't worry about me. Like, my footing is a lot more secure than it was a couple months back.
Okay, Scout has a question for you. I mean, I hate to interrupt. He had his hand up first.
Well, you're
So let's
good. No,
jump
let them too. I was gonna,
Yeah. So the first question was, have you ever been told by like a teacher or school counselor or anything that they suspect that you might have any kind of like disorders, or have you ever been assessed for any?
No, and no.
Okay. And second is your user Manuel Noriega was really aggressive towards Yat. Why were you like that?
Wait. That's not one of my accounts. Manuel Noriega was never one of mine.
Okay, so what
You
were
promise?
yours?
Yeah, please.
You
We
want
have, like,
my list
several.
of?
Yes, please. You have so many.
Let me think off the top. So in order, they were Sneedas McSneedenson, and then my anime sucks Scope and Sneed. Then I got banned. Then I momentarily had and I had one called Alt. Then I had one called, it was just like a bunch of I's and L's.
Okay.
And then there was Caramel Sodomite, and then Coach Blue Pill, and then the most recent one was Cyraxian Horror, which is now banned. So that's it.
7 accounts. So Blotz has a question. I'm gonna let him take the floor, and then Dave can take it.
Oh,
Sure.
no, I was going to ask because some people are very aware of this and can point to this sort of thing, and maybe you're among them. Is there like an event, or sometimes it's a bloody cartoon or something that you would consider like way back in the past, like a source or a trigger for any of the like many, apologies, weird fucking fetishes that we've all been made aware of, where you go, okay, yeah, that
Well, hold on. To be clear, I've never felt the need to apologize about any of the things I'm in because I stand by it. I think they're actually extremely fucking
Would you
base. So if you're
apologize?
looking for
Would
like
you
a,
apologize to your mother? Did you want to
I
apologize
said
to some things?
I apologize for calling them flat out fucking weird.
what indeed? How exactly would that conversation go? First off, that's not a conversation that can be had until 10 years from now. And then what? Am I just going to walk up to her
You
and be
can
like, "Hey,
literally
mom, I'm
write
into
your
this stuff.
mother
I'm
a letter
sorry."
saying, "I'm sorry." Yes, it takes 2
You
seconds. Mom,
can't.
I'm sorry.
No, you can't.
You can't.
The terms, a restraining order is such that
I
you can't
understand
have
it's
any
frustrating,
conversation.
but did you tell your mother sorry
Right.
after you got arrested? Were you in cuffs and say, "Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I apologize," or did you just go in the car and
I
just take the L? Your
between
silence
April
speaks volumes.
April between
Anyway, Dave has the
April
floor.
between. Can I finish? Between April 11th and now, I've not had one instance where I can have a conversation with my mother, whether in physically or legally. I've not been able to, and I find that question kind of fucking retarded because that's not something I deem necessary. Like I'm not a pedophile, so I feel no need to apologize
No
for
one
anything.
accused you of that, actually, so that's just kind of wild. Anyway, Dave wants to ask you something, then can ask you right after.
So,
Well, you
with
get
the
what I'm
whole,
saying, though. Like I'm not into anything I feel the need to apologize for. Go ahead.
with the whole, your like brand per se. What was your angle on it? You wanting to sell bumper stickers? And that's why you did the whole dragon thing.
Yeah. No. Yes. Correct. I wanted to. So this was before AI really like took off and like just everything became possible. Yeah, I wanted to kind of have a custom store of like popular furry stuff like that I would sell bumper stickers and probably like a custom a 2 order segment of that. But ever since Elissa Clips bought AnimeSucksCopenstein.com, that's kind of always been on the back burner because that was the domain that I wanted. And after the Ricada thing, she immediately purchased that along with like 12 other domains that were neighboring, like .net, .lol, I think .store, and also .art, like a ton. And I know it was her because her donation links are at the top of the .com page. That's been on halt for like a little over a year now. And then
So
since then,
this was your business plan, and you didn't even buy the domain name.
yeah, the Ricada thing was an accident, to be clear.
Well, it's $10 like for a domain name, right? And you didn't buy it. Like if this is your plan all along, and you didn't buy it beforehand.
Well, No, I mean my focus was on school at the time, and then also actual like financial
What's your
jobs coming
focus
out of
on
that.
now?
Like,
But it's $10. You didn't. You told us this was your plan to do this, or did your plan only happen after the iniquity effect?
no, I mean the anime-sucks.com was not a sought out. That wasn't a sought after domain up until it was.
But
So like
that was
there
going
was
to
no
be
need.
your
There was no
business. You
need.
just said you wanted to make bumper stickers and anime like supplies and dildos, I guess, because that's what anime furry people like. So if you don't have the domain, how are you going to capitalize on this?
I didn't feel the need to expend the money just yet. Like I
$10.
said,
It's
I
$10
wasn't.
though.
Hey, literally,
It,
that's
it
the
is.
My
price of
no,
a Happy Meal and
my
French
no,
fries, bro.
my nose is big. What can I say?
Are you biologically, is what you're saying, of the God's people, is what you're saying?
Perhaps it's been a while since I had a 23andMe. I probably should get one.
How lovely. Well, has a question for you. What's his hand up?
There's
And
a
let him have the
joke to
floor.
be had about big noses and farts, but I just don't want to put those together.
Anyways, I just wanted to ask, Ian, do your parents know about your fetish? And if they do, how do they
Why
feel
would they?
about it?
Why would they? Is that a conversation
I
that
mean,
you
you
would have with
post it on the
yours as
internet
far
all
as
the
what you're
time.
into?
Dude, you've
I
been
mean, I'm sorry. I'm
posting-
sorry. You gloat about it on Twitter, but you're surprised that
Yeah.
how dare you, my parents?
No, I understand. No, I understand the question, but like it with all due respect, it's a bit of a silly question. Like, why would that be a conversation that ever occurs? Like, we talk
I
about more
mean, you
realistic day to day.
Not
didn't
a
you say your
stranger
mother
on
went
the
on your
internet,
computer?
right?
I would assume you have like a bunch of files on your computer with whatever the
Or
case
have it
may
as
be.
like a background.
Exactly. I know people with anime phone things for their background. Like, you're telling me you don't have that? Your Abby right now is a donkey mixed with
No.
you. So I'm just
Yeah, and
saying.
my background right now on my laptop is just a blank red color.
You
So
promise? I don't know, man. You kind of contradict
yeah,
yourself.
yes, correct.
Okay.
I could literally take a screenshot and show you.
Hey, we got all day. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. No worries.
Anyone else want to take the floor while we have the opportunity while he's taking a
Looks like
picture of his background?
Dave has something to say.
We'll let DV's Divi take the floor.
Dave, did the
Go
Messiah
ahead.
get you? So, Ian, do you own any like furry paraphernalia?
No, that's not been something I've been able to expend on. And
Would
like I
you?
said, when I'm in more financial footing, sure.
You don't have any
What-
wall
what-
scrolls or anything? No,
Hold
like
on, hold on,
figurine.
hold on.
I'm sorry. Go
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask one more follow-up question. You can talk, Judas. When you are in a more financially stable position, what do you plan on getting?
Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't. That would be it would be nice to get there, but I would probably have more like once I'm way more financially secure, all of that money is probably immediately going to an appellate lawyer, and I have to take care of business first before I can have any fun. And like even with regard to any of the like the last thing I generated was back in April, just because all of this has taken the piss out of me, and like I can't really have fun with this while I'm dealing with like actual real world circumstances.
Court's
So
not supposed
that's
to be
a
fun,
long
though.
way away.
Did you think
Huh?
about the consequences of your actions when you did it? Like, again, court's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like a. You seen Mercata, someone that you sent
Court?
personally a picture. Did you go to
No,
court?
no. You're mixing up two different things. The fun
Okay.
is with regard to the art that I was making. When I say I
Art
need to
is
take care of
fun.
business
Court isn't
first,
fun. I would assume, but okay.
are you? Hold on. Are you saying court or porn?
Court, COURT, like court.tv,
Yes.
like the
Yes.
yeah.
Correct. Correct. It is not fun. I took that extremely seriously, and like I said at the beginning of all this, I was proud of my conduct in there. It was just unfortunate that the deck was stacked against me. But when I'm in more financial
You're
footing,
in a
first I need to
domestic
take care.
abuse thing. Of course, the courts are going to be against you. It's a woman.
I know there was a lot. There was a lot of
Was your judge a woman
stuff
by any
against
chance?
me from the get-go. Huh?
Was the judge a woman?
Yes.
I can see why she went hard on you. So let Dave have the
Yeah,
floor
no,
right now.
I agree.
I think
What?
Dave just forgot to lower his hand, and he's somewhere else now.
On that
Oh,
note,
I
I
have-
would just
I
add
have
that
a question.
real quick, I would just add, as far as financial footing, the business needs to be taken care of first before I can have any fun. So I thought that was clear.
Go on, Dave. You got the floor.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, going back to this whole thing being like your master business plan, or whatever. You didn't buy the domain name. Did you at least make up some sticker designs, or because to me it kind of seems like that's a code. Like, you came up with that after the fact, saying so you can kind of own the troll.
No. I had those ideas since early 2023, basically when I first started sending that stuff to Josh, which was pretty funny. But I
Well,
was
you
also
didn't do anything with it.
well. I was in school, and I was also really trying to get more stable footing, so I could actually pour all that income into the business idea, and then stuff just got in the way. Those domains got purchased, which was like a huge slap to the face, and then I also just couldn't get a job after graduating. And then beyond that, I also had the physical injury with my shoulder, the enthesitis, between June, July, and August. So like I was not having really too good a year last year.
You
I
think?
just have a hard time believing
Sorry.
that, because it's $10 for the domain.
No, I understand that, but like first off, the probability that someone would purchase out of nowhere, independent of the Ricada thing, like prior to that, the probability someone would purchase animesucks.opensneed.com, very low. So that wasn't a concern. And in fact, I don't even think it a bad decision that I didn't purchase it. I could cry over spilled milk and say like, oh, I should have purchased it. But I mean, I also had no idea the Ricada thing was going to occur. So, like, what could I have done? There was two things I could have done. I chose one thing, and I was wrong.
It still
Okay.
seems like a cope to me.
Well, I can't reach you there. So, I mean, if that's what it sounds like, then
You said
mean,
you
that's
sent something
what-
to Noel. What did you send to Noel?
I'm talking about the super chats.
You send. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so has a question, so I'm gonna let him take the floor right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of want to rapid fire these questions real quick because I think they're pretty short and sweet. For
Sure.
one, have you ever been to a furry convention?
No.
Okay. Two, okay, you said you want to make because I think on your profile that something that I think like your ideal job would be to generate AI art, as you call them. How would you try to market this to people? And do you have an advertising plan on this?
Well, same as anyone else would kind of market it, and then of course as there's bigger platform, a platform would grow wherever, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter or elsewhere, that would just help with traffic. I would try to be professional about it, I suppose. Just if you keep doing the business, the customers are going to keep coming.
How
I
do
think.
you?
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think.
Take a few seconds.
No.
How do you make anime marketable? Because it's usually sexualized. People who
Anime?
are furry, anime and furries. You're an anime furry, bro. Even though your name's Anime Sucks, you're
Hang
anime.
on. I have to stop you right there with you intermixing the two, just because they're
You're
not.
anime. You're an animated figure.
No. Anime.
No.
Anime
You're
is
perverted. Anime's
yes,
perverted.
correct. No, anime and furry are not the same thing. They just are not.
Okay, that's your ground. I disagree.
If you have a lolly and a furry together, obviously there's going to be some differences
If you have a
between the
furry
two.
together, you call the police. That's what you do. You don't have a fake scenario. But let Dave speak. He has his hand raised, or whoever goes first. Yeah.
Oh well, I have one question. Ian, you're not into like Cub, are you?
Of course not.
Okay, just want to like get that out of the way.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like anime, because it's predominantly young, and to intermix the two is just bad faith. Like, you know what you're doing, dude. Like, you're better than this. And
No,
to
I'm
market
not.
it, I would really
I'm
just try
literally not a fan of anime, and your picture is anime. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's in the
I believe
anime
you.
style. I'm sorry
I
that
believe
I
you.
confuse it.
Yeah. I just said I believe you, so don't worry, dude.
Oh,
But to
do
market it,
you?
I would really try to have to like use. First off, it's like an uphill battle that I'm in. I mean, look at Josh. Like he said, like the lolly thing is fucking terrible, and he's getting attacked from all sides on Twitter, and you know, he just has like a
But
fucking horde against him.
Jerish is actually
Like
like
popular
he stands with what he believes in. Sometimes you kind of twist the truth a little bit to fit your narrative. So you're comparing yourself again, kiwis to watermelons. You're kind of blurring the line a little bit.
I mean, I've also been extremely consistent on my anti-anime thing, and that you're trying to intermix the two. That's just poor faith on your part. I feel like I've been pretty consistent on this for over 2 years.
What at what age did you start hating anime?
Well, I mean, I've never been into like any of them that involve like a little girl. Like, if we're talking about what anime, well, I mean,
would
that's
hope
like a lot
not.
of them. Like, I would say that's like the whole genre. But like, as far as stuff that I actually liked, it was more of the '80s stuff, like Lupin the Third, Green Jacket, Red Jacket. You know, where it's like only about adults and it's about like a story. And it wasn't really until I just like learned more and more and more just what modern anime is, and it's fucking disgusting. I've never been into the VTubing shit. Like that's always
You wouldn't be a
been.
VTuber if you had the opportunity.
I think it's actually interesting that there's no support structure for furry, and yet Phase Connect and all these other companies
There's
exist.
literally
Like
like a baby shark VTuber now, so that's not necessarily true. So let's just put it this way before I let Dave speak.
I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of that. But I mean, I'm
If a
talking about in
company
terms
hires
of.
you right now, let's say a VTuber company, one of the bigger ones said, Mr. Anime Sucks Scope and See, we want you to be a donkey VTuber. Would you take the opportunity or not?
I mean, I would need like a lot of money for like a
They usually
setup,
give a
and then
lot of
also like
money,
How much?
but let Dave
How
have the
much?
floor.
What's your price?
how much? I don't know,
Let's
like
say,
a fucking
hold
six-figure
on.
salary. But like that's the thing. Like I'm not really a streaming guy. Like and I don't game, so like I'm not even sure really what I would cover. Like it would kind of.
You could draw furry. You could draw furry porn if you want.
Bro,
Wait,
you've been on
don't.
stream for 3 hours and you say you can't stream. It seems like you're pretty consistent. I'm just saying, but I'm gonna mute myself.
Well, I'll take the compliment, but like again, I've never really seen myself as that guy to want to be a VTuber. I like my interest is really story writing, maybe making the art, but like more so story writing, and that's just hard to get into because of all of this. And to answer your question, how much money would it take? A lot, like enough for me to really solve my legal expenses. But I don't find entertaining the hypothetical really worthwhile because like I don't want to think about like what if I won the lottery? Well, I mean, it's probably
I
not
do
going to
got a
happen.
question
So,
now.
Well,
What's your
yeah,
plan?
but I mean, we're aiming for a little bit more realistic. That's all.
I do got a question now. Are you still planning to try to make money off all this?
I don't know. I mean, this whole legal entanglement, which it is, has just been a kick to the teeth, and it's like completely. I haven't made an image since like early April, and like I can't really like have fun with that while I'm dealing with the stuff that I'm dealing with in real life. Like I need to solve this legal shit first. I got to appeal the thing. I got to make the 14 grand to
Then
pay for an
may
appellate
I
lawyer.
ask
Like there's
why
too much. I got to fix shop first.
why do you have the Anime Sucks Scope and See Twitter if you want to like avoid this part of your history? You could just move on and not even be online if you don't want to be Anime Sucks Scope and See anymore.
Well, I mean, I never said that. Like to be clear, like I'm
Yeah,
not
clarify.
abandoning. Yeah, I'm not abandoning the want to make the art or the stories outright. It's just on hold for right now. And I mean, Twitter is really the only thing. Ever since I was deplatformed off Kiwi Farms, Twitter's kind of been the next best thing. But like once that goes, I don't really know.
Did you
To
take
be honest.
responsibility for being deplatformed from the Kiwi Farms? Because you said Josh warned you numerous
Yes.
times.
No, I mean, I was kind of saying that tongue in cheek. I thought that was obvious, but like, yeah,
I would hope
I
so
said I
because
don't
you
blame him.
sound like you have
No,
sour grapes.
yeah. No, that was. I thought it was clear that was tongue in cheek. Yeah, I don't blame. I said I don't blame him. He stated that it would. I mean, I acknowledge later on that yeah, me being on there contributes to the forum cannot survive if users are attacking each other problem, which is a very real concern he has. And I like Josh. I'm not inclined to really try and fuck his shit up.
Okay, has a question, so let him have the floor.
What kind of pizza do you like?
Usually when I get Little Caesars, I get no cheese, extra sauce, pepperoni, old world pepperoni, sausage, beef, bell pepper, and mushroom.
Why do you get no cheese?
That's a lot for Little Caesars.
No, I know. Little Caesars has amazing sauce, and they're kind of cheap, and I get no cheese because usually,
Are you lactose intolerant?
no. But I mean,
How
I just
much
think
does
it's
that
better
pizza
with,
cost you?
huh? Oh, that's like
How
22
much
for
does
one.
that cost you the whole time?
It's like,
For
it's
one?
like 20.
$22 for one pizza from Little
Yeah.
Caesars.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
You're like,
Good
Well, I mean, it's
Lord.
like
bro.
6 toppings on there.
You don't need a 6-topping pie from Little Caesars. You go to Little Caesars to pick up a hot and ready pizza for $5. I don't even get pizzas. I just get crazy bread. That's all that's edible there. You're wild.
Well, I mean, I had the classic pepperoni just the other day, so like, yeah, I get that every now and then. The money,
You
like,
could have
I'm not, I
bought
don't
2
have.
domain names for that.
What's
Well,
your
I can't buy
go-to
any
fast
because
food?
Alyssa Clips bought them first. I mean, I don't really like, to be honest, I actually don't really have fast food. Like my diet over the course of the last year, when I did have money, was 10 eggs in the morning. I was really trying to bodybuild, so that was 10 eggs in the morning,
Yeah, that makes
8 scoops of protein powder throughout the day, a bunch of potatoes, and then hamburger patties in the evening.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give that to you. Okay. So, like, okay. I guess one of my main questions is if you're not into streaming, you're not into anime, you're not into gaming, what even brought about the weird furry thing? And I guess as an extension of that, how do you plan on moving forward with this now that you have a voice, you have a notable typing style and everything else to go with how you've been and some kind of a legal thing? How do you
I mean,
plan
I'm
on
flattered that one thinks I have a notable typing style and that I have a voice, but like my Twitter is really just so I can kind of speak my mind about the void because I find the current administration interesting, which I did vote for, to be clear. But I mean, that's like I said, because of the entanglement, that's all on the back burner right now, and I can't really say like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
mean, I
create
hate
and.
to like burst your bubble, but you're like a personality now. You've been a personality since you put yourself in the sphere of anime, or not. Let me take that back into the furry AI generation stuff. So people know who you are. So it's not like people are gonna be like, oh,
Maybe,
forget about you. But
but
it's
I would
hope.
say that I would say maybe, but as the fallout from this whole legal entanglement has just been people really having the wrong idea about me that, again, like I'm some drug abuser who beats women. And that honestly really fucking breaks my heart because like when the Ricada thing happened and people kind of were enamored with me, like I was kind of like, I didn't, I don't know, people will say I let it get to my
You
head, but
wrong.
I
Yeah,
was
you
honestly
did. You let the
I was
attention
trying to
really
be
rise.
realistic about it. Yeah, but I was trying to be realistic about it, and I honestly do feel like I let people down there, so I need to solve that first. And just before I really go out and do anything creative wise, I need to address the misconceptions, to be honest. Not me running around like debating people. What I mean is like I need that victory in court. I need these I need to win that criminal case. I need to win the appeal. Like it's a huge battle that I need to go get off and do, and I need to hurry up and make that
Why did
money
you
and
get
take care of
found
shop before I can even think about having fun.
Has
Didn't you
the
get
sixth
found?
floor.
Is what? Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
No, didn't you get found guilty? So what do you mean fighting a criminal case?
Well, like I said, the initial request for the restraining order and thus the technical violation of it, or the perceived violation rather, that that perceived violation led to the criminal case going. That finished. It was, of course, guilty because my public defender was somewhat uncooperative, and some things fell through with regard to particular witnesses that were there that could have corroborated my side of the story. I did do investigative work as far as like cameras that would have been facing the house that would have shown the entire ordeal. And I didn't even, way back, I didn't even get to finish what the prosecution alleged. They alleged that I broke into the house 20 minutes after the fact to have milk and cookies, which I thought was really fucking weird.
Did you?
So I was looking. No, I did not. No, that's fucking retarded.
That sounds pretty basic if you ask me. I want some fucking vegan cookies, bro. Why are you gonna take me? I was eating. But that's just me.
Yeah, but that's not me. So anyway, I was looking for like video footage of neighboring cameras. There was one, but their camera system was down at the time. And then the witness who I actually got in contact with, they said they were gonna come in to testify, and they just never got back to me. So that fell through too. And then just when you get down to the meat of it, it's 3 cops plus I think my mom testified against my word. Of course, I lost. And then, in addition, public defender went with appeal to a motion argument in the closing statement, and that like sealed the deal. Like as soon as she did that, I knew I was losing.
Could it be because the facts were stacked against you, so they tried to use?
I don't believe they are at all. No,
Okay.
I actually find it extremely curious. No, I find it extremely curious that there was not more body cam footage of that day. There was no police body cam footage of
Would
them
you like me
supposedly arriving.
to go and see the body cam footage like a Ricada? Because I could do that. I would like to see what happens. So I can clear your name.
I mean, one of the things that I probably need to do is subpoena the sheriff department for all the body cam footage of that day, because I'm not convinced that they at all corroborate what the prosecution was alleging, that I broke in 20 minutes.
You don't have to subpoena them. You could just go to the LA County sheriffs and request that you have to go in person. I mean, you have to make an appointment. I'm sorry, and go in person.
Well, it should be.
Do it.
It should be in his case management. Like he whatever the.
Because I know,
was
because
entered
with
in.
California, I know that you would have, if you want to request like body cam footage, you would have to call the LA Sheriff's Department and make a scheduled appointment with them, and they could help you out with that.
Yeah, well, he's a
I'm not
party
averse
to the
to-
case, so he has the right to.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but-
Like, because like I think that if I request it, they drag their feet. But if a lawyer subpoenas them, like they would give up everything. And that was my main contention. I want to see every single bit of footage from all officers on that day, because I know that it corroborates my side of the story, where I was arrested asking a question and not arrested after the fact,
So
20 minutes after, when they supposedly left. That just never occurred.
Is there a body cam footage that shows you not returning to the house that you're just ejected from?
Yeah. Okay. So what I had access to was what the prosecution submitted. The prosecution submitted some 40,
Did an
like
officer
a 37 minute.
after they found you allegedly breaking back into the property?
That's what the prosecution and the officers alleged, is that they came back 20 minutes later.
And they saw you.
But I find it curious that they're,
Did they see you?
that was their testimony.
I mean,
But
the
is it-
officers
you went back-
saw him because they put their hands on him.
Yeah.
So you weren't the
Yeah.
property.
And I find it curious. No. What I'm saying is that the footage of me asking the question and then getting arrested, that was never submitted, which I find very curious. Like, there was the footage of them arriving on the first, and I maintain the only call, the supposed second call. I never saw any footage of them arriving back.
Okay.
I would like to, because like I want to see what the facts were,
Did
because I do think that the facts substantiate what I said, but I never had
You
access to it.
shouldn't
That's why I
have
want to submit
ask
it.
for facts, but because you were there, so your memory and your perception should remember whether or not you were there.
Perhaps, but I would submit to you that the
Were you on drugs?
circumstances.
Did you forget, or were you drunk? What would make you forget your memory? Are you like Alzheimer's, or
Can
what's
I
going
finish
on?
my sentence?
Yeah,
Can
continue.
I finish my sentence?
Yeah, continue.
I would say perhaps, but the circumstances of the arrest were so absurd that I was kind of in disbelief at what occurred. And then also there was me getting thrown into the Gen Pop situation. Like there was a bit of strain
You
on
were
my
in
life
Gen Pop.
following all of this.
You went.
Yes.
Did they bully you?
Yes. No.
Did you have a room? Did you have a bunkie? Or was it like
Each
open
bunk
area?
each bunk is like 3. There's like a bottom, middle, and a top one. I was on the very topmost one.
Okay, well, Bloyd has his hand raised. I think he should ask his question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Dave is at work, so he can't ask this. You said the dragon farting was wholesome. Could you elaborate on this? That's from Biggest Dave.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have a girl. You take her on a date. She's in the car. I mean, like, I feel like this is all like very self-evident. Like, it's not. It's not like, yeah, oh my gosh, it's farting. Oh no, but it's like also just farting. You know, it's not
Well,
the
no,
worst
it's not.
thing, and it's kind of what.
Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think that in effect, and I made a Twitter post about that. The art is very indicative. Like her character. I see it as very independent and very strong, even. Like, I think that in that effect, it's actually quite wholesome. I would defend that.
I think it's not that we just can't fathom it. I think it's just when you think of farting, you don't generally associate with wholesomeness. Like, wholesomeness would be like taking a girl out on a date, or
Buying her flowers, opening the door.
I mean,
exactly.
maybe, but like the truth is, relationships,
not farting.
yeah, sure, but like relationships are like messy, and it's like, there's.
So
Yeah, well, hold on. You meet your girl and she has makeup, but of course, like, she takes the makeup off and she's like self-conscious, and like there's like some reassurance of like, oh no, you're beautiful. I prefer you without makeup even. And then also it's like certain intricacies of the individual spirit that kind of lend credence to that. And I would submit even that farting would be a part of that. It's like, oh, like, she's shy, she doesn't want anyone to know, but it's like, it's a natural thing, it's ergo it's wholesome and nice even. So I would defend that.
Is this
So,
a
isn't
And I
this
would
material
make the
that
implication
you
that
are
it's like
sexually
humiliating or
aroused by?
anything. Huh?
Is this a
Isn't this-
one-way thing, or is this
this
like a? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Isn't this material that you're sexually aroused by?
Not like in a vacuum. So like, if like if you try to like send me shot content trying to like get me off, like, it's probably not going to go down that way. Like I said, it's wholesome, and I think it's all
That's
it's like,
not the question. Is it material that
question?
you're aroused by?
What material are you talking about? Are you talking about the furry porn, or like what?
The fart porn.
Yes, the fact that there's like a sexually
Explicit part of your
characterized
images.
animal
Yes.
that is farting.
connotation to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I make the art. Like, I feel like that's an obvious question.
Okay, so if I just like went around and spammed random streamers pictures that were sexually arousing to me because I get off on the idea of people being subjected to the
Oh
material that sexually
please! Oh
arouses me,
please!
that
No!
you call that
It's like,
wholesome?
there's worse out there. Like, oh, if like at worst you can complain about spam, but
Name
there's
one
nothing.
situation worse. You literally had a man masturbate on stream, so I mean, that's pretty sussy vodka. I mean, come on.
Well,
Do you
hang
think
on,
that-
hold on. I get what you're
personally-
saying. Hang on, I get what you're saying. I think Josh kind of screwed me on his stream where he said that was
How
like.
did Josh
No,
screw
let me
me?
finish.
What are you
let
talking
me
about?
finish. Can I finish? Where he said like that was intentionally, like, I was gooning off to that. Like, that never occurred. For a start, and then second, if you're asking like what's the worst instance in terms of like what people have done to a streamer, I mean, like, swatting. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot bigger potatoes out there than
No,
what we're
that's not
focusing on.
no. We're talking about you subjecting people against their will to material that you find sexually arousing. That's not wholesome, dude.
We're also talking about something that was spit out of Bing AI, which, that wasn't exactly stable.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so
Well,
you're
yeah,
not
correct.
actually
So it's Bing's
aroused by
fault.
furries.
It's Bing's fault.
I never said
Have
that.
something to say?
What I'm saying is that
Do you-
you're trying to say it was like E6 AI tier porn, where it was so overt, so bad. Like, that's just not true.
It doesn't matter. The fact is that you're getting off on it.
I mean, you can make
It
a
doesn't matter what other.
No, I just said I wasn't. Like, I didn't send that to Nick with the intent that I was jerking off
What
at
would
the
you
same
think was
time.
going to happen?
No,
I-
you get off
I
have
the
no
material and you get off to subjecting other people to it. I'm not saying you're jerking off at that moment, but you know that you're
Like, you
fucking
get off
aroused
on
by
sending
shit.
that
No.
to people. That's your thing.
No, even then I would still quibble. I don't get off to. I mean, it's a funny thing to send to Josh because it was
is
funny.
Everyone
How
else
is it
sees
so
through
funny?
this shit.
What
Ian. This is
what
your
is
problem.
Funny, man.
This
One
is
at
your
a time.
fucking
What's the
problem,
punchline?
Ian. This is very clear to everyone who's observing what you're about. like your whole thing. And this is why you have fucking 3,000 jobs over the last 2 years. And
Okay.
like, you
All right.
can't stay with your
go
mom.
ahead.
It's because you refuse to fucking interact with reality when people throw it back in your face. It's all this defensive bullshit. But you know for a fact that you're up to that shit. Don't try to fucking gaslight these people.
I'm not gaslighting anything. I've been consistent as far as how realistic I've been. If you're wondering what did I think Ricada was going to do that day, I had no fucking clue because I actually, in the stream, he's like
What do
bouncing.
people often do when they get illicit material? What would they often do? Just keep that in mind.
Fair enough, but what sphere is Nick in? What sphere is Nick in? He's in a very.
No, nobody thinks that Ian that Nick is going to jerk off, Ian. We know that.
I didn't
you
think
get
that.
off to the fact that people are disgusted by it.
No. I sent that to Nick thinking that he would kind of default to, oh, like furries really cringe. I kind of thought he would snap back to reality. I didn't know he was gonna fucking. How the hell could I have known?
He was fucking drunk off his ass.
No. How could I have known he was gonna react to it 11 times?
Dude.
How could I have known he was gonna react to it 11 times? Yeah, I didn't even know.
I'm speechless. What are you talking about, bro? Like, you're wild.
This is so sophomoric. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one question and I have a follow-up on it. Do you find sending Nick fart porn wholesome?
No, I think that I had no idea that there was actual mistreatment of the kids, and that was pretty fucking horrifying. And I have been incredibly clear on my Kiwi Farms account that I was trying to distance myself from that, to be honest. Like when it came out that there was actual.
But you provoked it. How do you distance yourself
I provoked the child abuse. Really?
I'm talking about the images you sent. You provoked him to do things on stream he probably wouldn't have done if he didn't.
This is what I was trying to say earlier when I said the sphere Nick is in is very anti.
Sphere that is irrelevant. No, it's you're the one who made the action to send it.
No. It's very relevant.
You can
filibuster if you want, but you can filibuster if you want. Let me know when I can get a word. Let me know if I can get a word in edgewise. Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What I'm trying to say is that the sphere Nick is in is inherently anti-furry, and I thought that even in his state he would default to, oh, furry's bad, and he wouldn't think anything of it. So when what happened occurred, I had no idea what the fuck I was seeing. And to be fair, I don't think I'm alone in that sentiment where nobody knew what the fuck they were seeing. And then things escalated after the fact very quick. So there was like a couple days after that occurred where I was just able to kind of laugh at it because, who's Nick? He's rich. He's a lawyer. He has a platform. Like, it's whatever he did. Like, it's small potato. Yeah,
he's so rich.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, doesn't he have the trust fund? Like, yeah, it is. You're being snarky, but like, isn't he actually like?
No, he's fucking broke as fuck. He got raped in court.
Oh well, I mean, but like, he still has his parents that like supposedly bankroll him. So like, you can be facetious.
Does
but
your parents bankroll you?
No. Anyway, he's, he has a platform. He has, he goes on trips. Like, what does it matter that I sent him one super chat and he even had a bad night? I was thinking, okay, like he'll bounce back from it. Maybe Ralph will do his thing or something will occur and then everyone will forget. Because after all, he came back from Mandy. He came back from the Jamaica thing, like he kept on trucking and then he got arrested. And then stuff about the kids came out. Like, it got very serious very quick, and I never really indulged in any of that. People have tried to interlink me with that and try to get me to go in on that joke. And on that note, Alyssa Clips came out to me asking me if I wanted to do merch with her, but I didn't want to do that because
I need proof.
Okay,
because that's a bold statement.
Fair enough. Let me get the email. Nothing I'm saying here is a lie.
Take your time.
Yeah.
I never said it was. I just want some verification.
Yeah, fair enough. Let me pull that up. Yeah, she approached me for merchandise, and I was kind of like averse because at the time I was thinking that she did purchase my. Oh, I hope I didn't delete the email. Hang on. There's a couple. Let me see.
Or did you just email her asking her if she wanted to do a mixed merch run. That's what it kind of
No,
sounds like.
no, 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 no. I didn't want to. It's my brand. Why would I want to part that out with someone else?
You don't even have a brand. You didn't even pay
Dude,
for
the
the
Great
website.
Dragon Corn
Hang
is
on,
the
wait a
brand. You don't
second.
fucking get it.
During all of this, I'm hearing that I do have a brand. I do have a certain style in how I write, and then I also have
You
followers.
do,
And
but
then,
you don't. You don't
well, which
partake
is
or
it
even
then?
take
Well, which is
advantage
it
of
then?
that. You have a character, you have a brand, you have a style, but you don't do anything to do with anything. You don't make merch, you don't have a website, you don't make movies, you don't make YouTube videos, you don't make streams, you don't do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
So
really
what,
put. I don't exactly. I don't put so much stock
then why do
into.
you call it a brand then? It shouldn't be a brand. It should just be called your hobby. You're like DSP at this point. It's your hobby. It's not
All
your
right, all
brand.
right. I
Brand
guess
means you make money off of
you
it.
know what? Maybe I emulate King Phil a little bit too much, but you get what I'm
King
saying. Like,
Phil? Phil is not a king. Don't ever
Ian,
refer to Philip J. Burnell as a king.
sorry,
Ian, do
Bro.
you,
sir. You know what? People say the Kino Casino won against him, but only one person is
They
streaming
didn't.
currently,
No.
and that's not the Kino
Are you
Casino.
Are you serious? Are you fucking with me right now? Like,
Yes, of course I
Phil is
am. I
an
mean,
L.
Phil, let me. I'm still looking for the email right here. I really hope I didn't
Yeah, you
delete
could
it.
take all day. You probably did, but it's okay.
Yeah, that would
Ian, do you
actually
have
suck.
Ian, do you have a humiliation fetish?
No,
Really?
correct.
You don't get off on the fact that people make fun of you, or you don't revel in the attention that it brings?
I apologize if you're projecting, but no, I don't have that. Ooh, I found
Dude,
it. I found the
I'm like,
email. I
nobody
found the
fucking
email.
knows me.
I found the email. One sec. Yeah, she was. A lot of people. Make no mistake. A lot of people cozied up to me after this, and I found that. I don't know. I was very skeptical, to be honest.
Cozied up to you like you're a
Yeah.
star. I mean, you
I
could
mean,
have
if you
taken
look at.
advantage of it, and you could not be in financial destitute. Maybe in another timeline, you wanted to beat your mom. You would have been making bumper stickers, but we're not in that timeline, unfortunately.
Also, who
It's
would buy
whatever.
those stickers? I just want to see. I would love to see an area where there's nothing but
I
anime
don't.
sex.
I don't know. Like you're wanting me to evaluate why people spend money. That's never going to be able to happen. Judas, I'm going to send this
Well,
over to you. Are you going to post
I'm
it?
not asking how people are going to spend money.
I
I'm
will.
asking what people will buy
Okay,
your
cool.
shit.
I don't know. I mean, it would be nice. Like we each have we each want to do our own personal endeavors, and this, like in the grand scheme of things, I feel like bumper stickers is pretty nice, and then also custom making them. That I
Do
did
you
that for
still
one.
have your car?
No, I'm currently selling it right now. Remember, I got into a car crash.
With the anime stickers on it?
I don't think they're on there.
Ian,
So
why did
You
you
took
sell
them all off.
Hold on, Ian. Why did you sell your car?
It's in rough shape right now. So bear in mind, it's a 2003 Civic. It has Civic parts so parts are cheap, but it's also over 20 years old. So everything is just going wrong on it. Like unless I'm gonna sit down, replace every single hose. First off, it's a lot of money just to get it running. So
Yeah, a car is like having a child. It takes a lot to maintain it.
yeah, like I hope you're being sincere there. Like it takes a lot of
I am.
time.
I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
it
I
takes a
fucking love
lot
my
of
car, and I wouldn't abuse her like he did.
yeah, okay. It takes a lot of parts to get it running, and then just a lot of time even.
It
And
takes a lot of parts. Yeah, it does. There's an engine, usually a transmission. You usually got brakes to go apart with that. It takes a while to put a car together. I agree. Yes.
yeah, so it's like as nice. I really did want to put a lot of money into it to fix it up, make it completely brand new, and then just kind of drive it because compared to new cars, we're talking about like old antique stuff thing. Like this is a car that I do really love, but realistically, it's just not something that I can maintain. And then, little things are going wrong with it, and it's not a good idea to try and like have it be my main. And I'm not in a financial position where I can have this as like my classic car. You know what I mean? And I can
I
have
mean,
it filed
yeah.
as a classic car because it's over 20 years old. And by the way,
Yeah,
Judas,
but
I sent you the thing.
Yeah, but to be fair though, it's a fucking Honda Civic. Like you could beat those shits to the ground and you'll be fine. I let me ask this: what is wrong with it per se? Like exactly what's wrong? Do you just have to get a new car? Is it worth more to get a new car than to get it fixed?
I think it's a better idea to go with a new car. So this one, first off, it's been through 2 engines. As much as I want to say Civics are reliable, I'm not of that opinion anymore. Thanks to this car, it's been through 2 engines. It's had bearing. What is the? I think with regard to the suspension, it's had bearing issues on the right side. I had to get fucking new tires for it. I've put in a lot of money into it, and it's just totally not been worth it because a new thing would go wrong. There was the alternator I had to replace twice. I think I actually have the. God, I have the repair list. I have a stack of papers just from mechanics here. It's been a fucking nightmare, and to be honest, it's been a money pit. And I think putting in the second engine last year was a giant fucking mistake. It's a nice car. It became a meme, but it is not sensible. It is not sensible to have it.
Hold on, sorry. I just want to ask one more question. Then Dave had his hand up, so I want him to have the floor after. How did you go through 2 engines? That's interesting to me.
They cylinders just cracked. I'm not. Yeah, the cylinders just cracked. I'm not really much of a mechanic, but my hypothesis is that the second time when the cylinder cracked, I'm probably wrong on this, but I was driving at night. I had the heater on.
Did the cylinder crack because you had a fat woman in the car, or was it just because you were by yourself? No fat woman broke your car. Just clarifying.
No, unfortunately.
You've been driving fat women. You're like juggalos. You got a trunk full of Faygo, car full of fat chicks.
I mean, I did drive someone, and then after that, the ECU just completely died on me on the freeway.
He or is she?
She.
How big was she?
She was big.
Real quick, and they said that your ex put sardines in your gas tank. Is that a thing?
What?
That happened?
No. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Who's they?
Anything can be
That's
true.
something to clarify. Yeah, that is something to clarify.
Who's they? Who said that?
Who said that? Let me scroll up. That would be Miss Candlejack.
Yeah, see, this is why I blocked her, because she's dumb. I'm sorry, but
you're just a hater. You're just a hater. It's okay. Dave has to speak.
Sardines are serious business.
I mean, I like them.
So, when you first came to the farm, did you come with the intention of eventually getting a friend?
No. I was pretty contributory with regard to some of the with the AF and the cozy stuff, because that stuff was pretty fucking disturbing.
Name one thread that you contributed.
On the Sneedas McSneedenston, quite a bit actually.
Yes. On your where did you ever been highlighted? Did you ever make a funny video? Did you anything?
No,
please.
I'm not like a video. No, I'm not a video guy, but I mean, I was predominantly a community happenings poster, and then also in the Maddie thread, just because I found it like
Is
Josh.
that because you like stickers? It seems like you like stickers, to be honest.
I mean, I kind of deduced the fastest way to get a bunch of stickers. I don't want to give the name of the game away, but I guess people already know. It seemed like if I wanted stickers, community happenings was probably the way to go about it. And also, I just kind of I've always I still am a Maddie fan. I've always been interested in the news segments.
The Maddie family. I guess we all are the Maddie family. So
I said a Maddie fan.
Maddie family. Well, we're the Maddie family. Too late. I already coined it.
All right. Well, I guess I can't buy that website domain anymore.
Too late.
But I found it more fruitful to post just general news stuff, and then also kind of double that in the Maddie thread, just because that's kind of where I gravitated mainly. So I would say those two.
So what snapped in you that made you want to make your own bread?
Wait, what?
What snapped in you?
Nothing
snapped.
Nothing snapped. There was no psychological.
What was the turning point?
I would say there's no turning point. I've always just been kind of doing my own thing and busy in real life, and then also just having fun online. I guess me constantly getting banned is it's disappointing, but I get it. It's kind of hard to just post around on there, but like to rattle Kiwi Farms is to rattle Josh's cage, and like at the end of the day, I don't really want to piss him off all that much, just because like I do like him.
Yeah, why would you even suggest rattling his cage? I thought you liked Josh. Like he really goes through a lot. Why would you want to add more to his plate?
I mean, you can phrase it like that, but like everyone shit posts, so like come on, man.
Ian,
I mean, I spam and shit post. So
I mean, neither did I. So
Ian, have you ever dated a fat woman before?
I thought this was obvious. Like I pretty much alluded to this many times. Yeah.
but you never confirmed it. You may have alluded to, but you never given a name, like a
never heard
date. You never even confirmed a date. You never said, "Oh, I took her to Sizzler or something." You just like, "Oh, I just had a girlfriend."
You've been anorexic for a while now.
Yeah, the ex. I mean, yeah.
What are you currently seeing anyone right now?
No, I'm doing my own thing. I have my crap I need to focus on right now before I can even think about that kind of thing. Before I can even think about like having fun with my art. Like like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the shop I
Then
got
why
to
do
fix
you,
up.
okay, if you're focusing on yourself, but you literally, because I watch Chantel often, you were literally in her chat like not even like a couple of days ago. So what are you talking about?
We're talking about like one stream every week. So
It's only a week.
So yeah, she streams like 7 hours a day sometimes.
oh, you're talking about Chantel?
Yes.
That
What
was
other
because
fat woman do you watch?
Oh no, I thought you.
Yeah,
I just
that's a
heard
good
stream.
question. Do
I
you
just heard
watch
stream.
Amber?
No. No, that was because someone in Chantel's thread said that I was in there, and I was just curious. I was on my lunch
So
break
you
at work.
had to confirm.
Huh?
So you went in there to confirm that you're in there, or to confirm that you weren't in there?
That I was not, because I mean I've already said that a lot of stuff gets said in the Chantel thread that's just false, and that kind of pissed me off that someone said that I was already in the chat. Just because a lot of people
Are you
do.
getting mad at fat women questioning you? Is that what it comes down to? Is women questioning your
Are
integrity?
you calling the beauty parlor fat?
No, but I could if I wanted to, because I like all those women. They think I'm fat too. I have the gun. Like, what do you mean?
Well, regardless, they had said that I was hanging out in the Chantel chat, and I was just on my
But
work.
you were.
I was not. No, I went in saying I sent a super chat. Someone said that I was already in there, and this is me popping in. And also that was Chantel after she left Kuwait. So like that was literally a big stream. Like that was
It was.
Yeah.
And you were there. That's what I'm saying. You say you're busy, but you're watching Chantel
Yeah, I was
like me.
there
Like, I
after the
listen to it at
fact.
work.
Yeah, I was there after the fact, and I was there only for a bit, not in
After
many
the fact. Glad you
not
clarified.
in many streams since this whole ordeal, to be honest.
How much money have you sent Chantel in total?
I don't know, and she can keep all of it.
You know?
I mean, you have cameos confirmed to have sent to Chantel. You've been allegedly confirmed to send food off stream to Chantel.
No,
So that
that's
is a
not
legitimate
true.
question. How much?
That is not
That's
true.
not true at all.
Correct. The food
You're
off
not
stream is not true.
secret feeding.
The food off stream.
Okay,
That's
so
not
you're
true.
not like you're not Karate Joe over here, and you're sending her secret food money so that she can watch her off stream eat. That's all lies.
Correct.
You wouldn't
Okay.
You wouldn't charge Chantel back for all the super donations you sent her?
No. I that was something Girl World was trying to really get under my skin about, saying like, oh, I bet since your current financial situation you want that money back. I was like, no, like no, like I can do without that. I work, I do my own thing.
What do you work? Like you said, you worked at a factory. What do you do? Do you push boxes? Do you move tape again? Like what do you do?
It's just boxes right now.
Okay, that's good. At
Yeah.
least you're working.
Yeah,
you
no,
still-
like I'm not someone who likes to be a leech. And also, by the way, I did see in my thread, I think someone had said if I was going to continue to like really just like lay back and just collect benefits. Like I've never been that person. Also, by the way, that causes like significant tax issues, and I maintain I'm not a criminal. I'm not looking to catch more charges. So she can keep all that money that I
would
sent her.
recommend
I think she's
just
all
don't
right.
hit women and you won't get charges.
Well, it's a good thing I never hit her.
Do you personally sorry, do you personally DM Chantel?
Well, I sent her a DM that was like when she like was offline for some 3 weeks, and like everyone thought she had died after the cat thing over there, and like she literally fled Kuwait. And also, by the way, when the war started, I sent her a DM that was like, "I hope you're okay. Like, I hope you're fine," because I did hope she was
Did she
okay.
respond?
No, she was. I mean, she's doing her own thing. Yeah, she doesn't respond. Like, it's totally fine.
She was just on your mind, and you want to make sure that she didn't die from.
Well, I mean, it would
overheat.
suck if she died. To be clear, like I feel
Well,
like a lot of people would
honestly.
be bummed out.
Yes,
That would
I would
destroy
agree.
the girl world
I would-
economy. You know.
It would be very devastating, but
It
I
would
find
be.
it
All
strange
of
that
girl would fucking be ashamed.
like you're in her DMs, but you know Sahal multiple times has questioned you. Why are you messaging his quote unquote wife?
No,
Why do
well,
you
hold on.
continue to
Hold on.
message his
No,
wife?
I knew it
Oh
was
no,
going.
continue. Go on.
I knew it was going to that. And to be clear, you can browse the Chantel thread, and there was an instance where I basically said, like, you know what? It's clear you guys are trying to make it work, and like, I'm a bit of an eccentric guy online, but like, I don't really.
That's not how I remember it. I
I can
remember you and
literally
Sahal
pull up
having
the post
a
where
crash
I
out.
said that. I can
You
literally
can
pull
pull
up
it
the
up,
post.
but I personally remember you had a crash out with
Well,
Sahal in the chat
I'm sorry
because
that
he
I'm
said, "Can you
sorry,
stop messaging his wife?"
King.
Then
I'm
he
sorry
blocked
that
you.
your truth, King, is different from the facts. I'll let you speak your truth.
I'm gonna say that. Now, my truth. Yeah, my truth is I remember
Yeah,
you
but like I
flaming out in
can.
the
Yeah,
chat.
but this is screenshotted where I basically say like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm a bit of an eccentric guy, but like I'll leave you guys alone. And even Saul basically says like, you know what? That's fair. And it was
So Hall, the man who's a coward who can't even antagonize matter, went out of his way to say you're cool. That's so cool, bro. I can't even believe I could never.
I mean, okay, but for better or for worse, like they are still together. So I'm not. I don't really consider myself a homewrecker.
Show me the deets.
Did you ever did Ian ever send you the email from Elisa?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yes, he did. It's posted on my Twitter.
Okay, got it. Just wanted to make sure.
Thank you. No, I do what I'm asked because I usually don't. I don't have a weird integrity like Mr. Anime Sucks over here. But
Well, I mean, I've been pretty consistent and also pretty factual, so I kind of resent the implication that I'm dishonest, to be honest.
the implication of danger. Yeah, the implication. I'm sorry, but bro, you're kind of sussy. You say one thing and then you turn around and say something else. It's kind of hard to like believe you. This whole time, are you serious?
Yeah, I am serious. I disagree.
I actually have a question since we're on the topic of relationships.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I remember you on Discord. You were in like a brief relationship with someone. Who was that person that you were making AR of? It wasn't the fat woman. It was.
No, I know you're referring to the furry guy I was in a relationship with. We've since broken. Yeah, we've since
furry guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was known.
What?
No,
it's not. You're breaking law here. Please continue.
No, this is someone who lives very far away. They're a good person, to be clear. We're no longer together, but we're still in good contact. That's all I pretty much have to say about it.
But you said you were straight.
Well, I mean, I was experimenting.
So would you? So I guess my follow-up question is, what is your sexuality now?
I would say predominantly straight, but like I've never lusted really after like.
Predominantly, usually most people just say I'm straight, like Christian. I'm straight. China, bro's like,
Well, I also resent the implication that I'm Christian. So come on now.
You couldn't lace Chris's boots. No offense.
Hold on, Ian. Top or bottom?
I'm not answering that. Like, I'm sorry. That's.
What do you mean?
Listen, dude. Like I've pretty much answered like some over 100 questions right now. I'm gonna reserve the right to not answer one. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna plead the fifth? We can all plead the fifth.
I am actually. It's
an American right.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. You plead the fifth.
Only a bottom would plead the fifth.
All right, next question.
Okay, fuck. Would you suck dick if you were given the chance?
Again, I'm gonna plead the fifth there. Like that's not I will say like that's not something I think about, to be honest. Like yeah.
But were you thinking?
Listen.
Well, there you go. I
right.
have to agree with that sentiment.
All right, next question.
Okay. Holy fuck! Wow. That fat woman that you made AR of. Do you talk to her?
What do you mean? Like, are you asking who it's based off of?
Her name's escaping me. Yeah, you pinned it at some point on your profile. She's like a fat white woman.
Yeah. No, she's she's some model. No, she's like I don't. Ever since all this, like I've kind of been. I had like serious plans for like what I was gonna do with the furry thing. I was but that got derailed with this lingual entanglement. So like that's been on hold, and like my big idea that was gonna happen, I think late June or early July, like that has to be postponed until fucking next year. So like as far as like my ideas for what I wanted to do there, and like the people I've been in contact with, that's all been like, there was a lot that I lost because of all of this. That's kind of one of them. We don't really talk all that much. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like I'm learning a lot from you, Ian. You know, your personality. I'll say that.
Thank you, but I mean, don't expect that.
What's your favorite lube?
What?
What's your favorite lube?
I haven't shopped around, but I mean, if you have recommendations, I mean, I think I trust what you've used.
Use the K. Yeah, you should use the KY jelly, bro, because you're kind of wild. I can tell.
Why do you know that? Why do you know that?
I personally like Astro.
Because are you serious? Why would I know that? Oh,
Yeah, why would you know that?
I don't know.
Why would you know
Why
that?
would I know that? Why? I don't know. I have to think about it. Let me.
You want to talk about Sussy Baka? I mean, I'll just let that ruminate in the room.
When you were dating that furry, did you guys do furry erotic roleplay?
I'm not gonna answer any particular.
You plead the fifth.
No, I'm gonna keep some of the stuff in our relationship pretty confidential because I think that's kind of over the line.
But it's a man.
Did your partner play an Eevee?
Huh?
Did your partner play an Eevee?
An Eevee? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like at
Is
Pokemon.
it the sex toy thing?
No, we never did. No.
You promise?
Did your partner say ooh woo?
Again, I'm not gonna really divulge. I'm not gonna break confidence on that.
Ooh,
So.
Grr, is that what you're doing?
Oh no, your partner did ooh woo.
Sure, let's go with that.
You got ooh. Yeah, sure. Ooh.
Wow.
NDA restraining order. I'm not allowed to talk about any of that. Next question.
Okay, question on this one. The fart thing, like, like when I play video games, I play like Doom or something. I go through and I'm like ripping a motherfucker up and like catapulting him across the thing. Of course, I find that badass in the moment, but when I leave this and of course I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to destroy a motherfucker down the street. But like with your like the fart thing, that's not like something you act on, is it? That's like just for the fantasy's sake. Right?
How do you think I've acted on it?
Do you take a big sniff?
Again, you're asking me basically what have I done in a relationship. I'm not going to divulge that information because that's not really fair to the people I've been with.
Okay, so I'm not asking about.
God damn it, homie, you're gay.
More along the lines, how deep does the rabbit hole go without having to say and show me the entire fucking thing? Because I don't want to see all of it. I just want to know how deep does that go? Does it?
Oh no, I know what you're alluding to. No, it's like I feel like what you see is kind of what you get, and there's no. You'd be surprised, kind of how forthright, for better or for worse, I am about a lot. Like, there's not really a rabbit hole, to be honest.
Have you struck oil?
No, no, I have not. I mean, like that's more of a pragmatic concern, though, because of like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how you get AIDS is shit on the dick.
I have a question because I see some people asking in chat about it. You were a moderator for 6211.net or whatever.
AI.
Am I getting that right?
The furry website?
AI.
Yeah,
I have to make
so-
that distinction because the people on 2.1 hate E6 AI. They just do.
Okay, cool. So why were you only a moderator for a day?
I was immediately there, and they said, like, as soon as it actually kind of sucked, but as soon as I was basically promoted, I gave my statement like, hey, I can't wait to get started. And then a lot of people out of the woodwork who were wanting to be moderator, because me getting the role meant others were passed up. They were unhappy with that. So a lot of people voiced their discontent with that very loudly, both people on the team, both people out of the team. And I just said, you know what, I care about the, there's certain, like, you know, people believed in me, people put my name. I'm not going to have them be bad mouthed as a result of me. So allow me to step down. So I did. And then I think it was even trying to think. I think it was before the entanglement. I also stepped down from the janitor role just because there was a lot of displeasure with that. And
You were a janitor for 1 day, though. It's not like you were a Janny for 2 months. Excuse me. You're a Janny. Excuse me, Janny. So you're Janny for 1 day, and now you're acting as if
no. It's there is technically a distinction. Like, there is approvers who are the
Oh,
janitors.
please elaborate.
Well, no,
Yeah,
they're
please
just
elaborate.
are. They're just are. So there's the like
One
it
is
is
a broom and one's a mop.
Yeah, if you want to go with that, but like, they are different levels. And like, when I was made moderator, I was the sole moderator, but there was a team of approvers below me who were the
So
janitors.
they allowed you. They trusted you with that kind of responsibility.
Yeah, but like, that was only for 8 hours because a lot of people were unhappy, and they said, like, you know, he doesn't deserve it. And I was like, you know what? I actually do care more about keeping the peace. Let me step down. So I did. And then there was still discontent there. So I said, you know what? Let me resign. And they said, okay. And so I did.
Let me ask this. What content did you usually see on that website, and what were content that you wouldn't approve of?
Oh, I was very vocal about that. So predominantly it's adult. Like, if you're wondering if there's like a back-end catalog.
I'm talking about the categories. I said, well, no shit. I would hope it's adult, but I was asking like what category specifically, like just furry? Is it bondage?
Hold on. I kind of have to dwell on that first point because there was a lot of cub on there that I had. That one of the first things I did when I was made janitor, and I had approval from the person who basically pushed for me to be on there. He basically let me clean house and delete like a fuck ton of stuff. So I did, and that caused like a lot of that caused some people to leave the site outright because they were unhappy with their cub content being removed. I was very pleased to be the person to remove all that. And then if you're asking me like what it is primarily, the content, I would say just very gay, to be honest.
Did you ever come across lolicon or anything illegal when you were a Janny for 1 day?
No, I was not. I was a moderator for 1 day. I was janitor for some months, and no, there was not.
What was your favorite
No, there's
Pokemon?
nothing like real life ever posted.
Well, no, I'm not just saying real life. I'm also talking about lolicon as well.
No, there was no anime posted on there. Like, as far as like, I get what you're saying. Like, cup content. No, we were I will say, like, say what you will about the E6 AI team, and I would make the distinction with E6 AI from E621. They were very on top of removing that shit. The thing is, I was the most adamant about wanting all of that removed from the site.
Were you on a crusade by any chance? Because it sounds like you were like Jonah Ark, slaying heads left and right.
Wait, can you repeat that? I didn't hear the first part. What?
Only the fuck. Okay.
Did you become like a crusader when you popped a boner the first time when you looked at it?
What are you talking about? Are you implying that I ever got off to cub? Because I would say that that's really not funny and that's really fucking stupid.
So you just spent years like hanging out with and ingratiating yourself to the leadership of this site that had in the community that has all this cub porn. You're like, oh, okay, well maybe I'll deal with that
why
later.
don't you look at when I actually first made my account there? It was only last year. So if you're thinking that I've been in those circles, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, you were, right?
Well, I wasn't though.
Well, you were on there for a year.
No, I wasn't though.
You were. Oh, you weren't on there for a year. How long were you on there?
No, you're saying that I've been in those circles where
No,
they spread. No, hold on. No,
you,
no, 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 no,
you
no, no, no,
said
no. You're
you said
saying
you
that
were a
I've been in those
moderator
circles
and a
where they
Janny for a
propagate cup
while.
porn for a while. I'm telling you that that's not true, and
Yeah,
that's
you
fucking
said
retarded.
that.
A year is a while. A year is a
That I've
while,
been in
sir.
circles with cup porn. That's never occurred.
Yeah, you're on the same website for it. How else did you?
And you
remove
just said you swept it up. So how is that not true?
Like bear cup porn?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about what's been on the site. Well, I think that it's worth cleaning up, and I absolutely was very happy to clean it up. So if what you're alleging
You
is that
enjoy sweeping it
if
up.
what you're alleging is that I fucking partook in it and then I deleted it, fuck you.
I did not. I
No,
did
that's
not.
not what I'm
Did you
alleging.
sweep it up because you secretly got a boner?
Yeah, no, actually, you're fucking
Yeah,
retarded
nobody-
if that's what you're trying to allege.
I call it
Okay,
bullshit.
well that's whatever. I can't
Bullshit,
fucking convince
sir.
you, and you're a fucking
Bullshit.
retard if
Okay.
you think that's true.
But by your own admission, you were fine.
You're the one fucking sweeping up for fucking cup
No,
porn.
I wasn't actually sweeping it up. I was actually deleting
You
it
just said
outright
you
from
were-
there, which caused them to leave the fucking site.
Motherfucker, you were
That
swooping
caused
around in
them-
their
that
fucking
caused
servers.
them
You're
to
sweeping
leave
up
the
for
fucking
fucking
site.
cup porn.
So the site leadership was fine with it up until that point.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why I'm not there on the team. There was a lot of stuff that I disagreed with. In fact, one of the things
Leadership was fine with it up to that point.
one
Ian.
of the things that I said when I was sole moderator is that I wanted to clamp down on other characters that were inherently underage, and that was a lot of friction that I ran into, and that caused a lot of people to be unhappy.
Yeah, you deleted people's whatever they liked, and you pretty much caused a riot in the prison, bro. You came in and you.
Astroglide will fix that.
What is it
Oh,
that
you're
you're trying to
wild.
allege right here? Because what I'm saying
I'm
is
saying
that
that you
I
were
caused
fine
a
with being
civil
in that
war.
what I'm
community. I don't.
saying, because what I'm
nobody's-
saying, because can I finish? What I'm
What
saying
you're
is that
saying
I
is
went in, I
ridiculous.
cleaned house, I pissed off a lot of people,
It's
and now I'm
very
not on
clear.
there.
We get the timeline, Ian. In the meantime,
Do you?
you're fine contributing to a site and being a janitor or whatever the hell the
Moderator,
name of
yeah,
the
whatever.
moderator.
Hold on,
whatever
you
the
think that that's
levels
some
of
got you, but what I'm
leadership
saying is
that
that
you're
when I
fine
was
with
brought on
cozying
board,
up to people who had been
what I'm
ready to go
saying
on
is
for
that when I
apparently
was brought on
years.
board, I did a lot to get rid of that shit, and I pissed
Okay,
off
so
a lot of people.
what was the official policy of the site before then?
It's not supposed to be on there, and that if it was on there, it was by mistake. So basically,
Then
when
why wasn't it getting removed already?
That's a good question. I would say actually it's because a lot of the approving and a lot of the curation by extension being done last year up until I was brought on with two other people was handled by one single person. And they pretty much over fucking worked him to the point where in one day he had to deal with 600 posts in one time. There was a lot of people on staff, but they weren't doing their fucking jobs. That's when we were brought on to actually do the work. And that's why immediately.
So you were brought on to be the savior, like you're Jesus. You came in and you pretty much saved everyone. You were Moses. You opened the Red Sea. I'm proud of you. At least you did something.
Thank
And
you,
then, so
actually.
in,
And
in
very
8
welcome.
hours, you enacted your policy of deleting all this stuff. And
No.
people
You're getting the timeline wrong.
brick.
You're getting the timeline
The
wrong.
majority of the people
You're getting the timeline
wanted
wrong.
it on there.
You're getting the timeline wrong.
I had the biggest question. How much did you download on your
Zero.
hard drives?
You're getting the timeline wrong. When I was brought up,
Bullshit.
when I was brought in,
Bullshit.
okay, I don't care. When I was brought on as a janitor, that was back in maybe November or December. That is when I immediately cleared.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you real quick. You can
No,
finish your
actually,
thing.
no. This is a pretty fucking important. No, this is a no. This is an important point that I need to drop.
I'm actually trying to say
No.
I'm going to interrupt him because I have to make a exit. I have to leave. I have to go drive. So you guys want to watch and continue on with this
Put me as
interview?
co-host. I'll keep talking
There
to
you go.
him.
You guys have fun. I have to end this, so you have to make a new meet. But hope you guys have fun. I hope I have very much fun. I have to leave. Love y'all, men and women, Kiwis. Stay fun.
Hey, I wanted to say that.